This is Rap Son, worshiping the Most High God of Israel alone and carrying on the legacy and teachings of my dear father and our dear messenger, Rap the News. Shalom, family. So today I wanted to speak about some things that have been going through my mind. One of these things being the messages that I put out on YouTube. I know my family needs to be fed. I would like to feed them breakfast, lunch, dinner, and many snacks. But right now, I'm focusing on putting out one message a day, at least one message, because as many of you know, my father passed away, which means where we could before share the duties, now I have his duties as well as my own. So where before he would put out the message, and I would be able to drive and go to the store, get what we need from the store, go ahead and build on the projects that we had on the land, and then as well as take care of my wife and child, because every relationship requires maintenance. And as I did look after my mother and my sisters, it's much different now, because now it 100% falls on me. Meaning all of my family here is 100% my responsibility. Meaning if there's any injury, if there's any emotional needs, anything like that, then he is not here to help carry the load anymore. Then though it may seem like it's not that much, a house full of 8 people and their welfare is no joke. And then with this, I get to learn and even deepen my respect for my father for being able to handle this load for all these years. So it takes a bit to adjust to it all, but my extended family also needs their daily bread. So my goal is to put out at least one video a day so I don't get in over my head while I'm adjusting. But I do want to get to the point where my father was, where he was putting out multiple messages, and then some even referred to him as the messenger that doesn't sleep. I would love to get to that point. Now, another thing that does run through my mind is the fact that my father has returned to the Most High. The one that keeps me going, first and foremost, is the Most High God of Israel, and the fact that he created an afterlife, he created a kingdom, he created a paradise. So I have the chance to be able to see my father again, and not like, the pagans say, oh, once you die, there's nothing left. That would truly be miserable. You die and then now you're nowhere to be seen or exist anymore. You're just nothing. That's a terrifying thought in its own. But all praise to the Most High God that this is not our final life, and we can actually work and strive towards something far more better than this earth. We can strive towards a life of ease. And then this is why it's important to rebuke and admonish those whom you love, to try to get them to where, if the Most High is willing, then they make it into the kingdom. Then that way you can see them again, rather than on that day then you see them burning in hell, or vice versa. You don't keep yourself straight and then you end up burning in hell while your family is up there enjoying themselves. True sheer misery. And I have to keep my mind occupied, because if I don't, then all these thoughts of depression just flood in. And I guess it's like what they say, an idle mind is like the devil's playground, because we should be showing our gratitude to the Most High. We shouldn't fall into any type of depression or despair, even though these things are sad. We're supposed to keep faith and trust in the Most High, and we're supposed to look towards the next life. And lastly, I know that we only have a little time left, and then we'll be standing in front of our Creator, and then we'll be receiving the final decision of whether we burn in hell for eternity or we get into His kingdom. And the impression of an hourglass was put on me, to where there's only a little bit of sand left in that hourglass, and the water, the heat, they both are timers. So as the water runs out and and as I pointed out, of the drinking water, it's less than a third. And it says you have very little time left, and then the heat. If they're saying, oh, once it reaches 3 degrees or increased 3 degrees Celsius, then pretty much it's going to be catastrophic. So you already feel it right now, and they're claiming that it's less than 1.5 degrees so far it increased. And as this planet heats up, which means you're pretty much halfway there, then that tells you, tick-tock, the time on the clock is shorter. And my main concern is, where do I stand at with the Most High God of Israel? Did I do enough to make it? I hope that I have. And I hope many of you family have as well, so we can all meet each other in the kingdom. And as for this earth, I don't know how long we're going to remain here, but the main objectives for us is water and food, and to get even further away from people, because like I said, I got 8 lives to worry about. It's all in the Most High God's hand, but He created a system, as we refer to as the balance system, to where you reap what you sow. You get out what you put in, so you have to work for it. And all I see around me is cannibals, zombies, coming to take what you have. And then if anything happens to me, all I see is women and girls left behind. So the more remote of a place, the more better in my eyesight. And also I was looking into these fire drones. So it's these drones that go and they shoot fires like the flamethrower or whatever. And I was like, that will come in handy. If you can get a remote secure location and you can build a tall metal fence around there, and you got your water and you got your livestock and food in there, and you have some concrete barricades around that metal fence so no one crashes vehicles into it, you might have a chance. But at the moment, money is funny and change is strange, so we're just trying to rub 2 nickels together to make sure we eat each day and to make sure the bills are paid. But all praise to the Most High God of Israel. He knows and we do not. And even though moments get rough, because He's going to test you in these things to see if you're going to remain true, He has always come through and taken care of us. So these are some of the things that have been going through my mind over the course of the last few months. And I thought I would share it with you, my family. And as my brother says, if nobody else told you that they love you today, I would like to say, I love each and every one of you. This is Rap Son.